guys, it is Tristan with Nerdouts Newsstand, and we need to talk about The Boys. Yes, everybody's favorite super woke show. It is so good, and I want to do a mid-season review. Then when we get the rest of the episodes, I'll talk about those too. But right now, we have Herogasm coming up this week, giggity, and this is a perfect time to talk about it. There are a lot of really great things within The Boys, and most of it is satirical. Most of it is done to poke fun at things like capitalism or BLM or pride. A lot of it really takes some deep dives into that satirical sense, and it's really well executed. And that's the difference here. I spoke in great detail on how The Boys is actually extremely woke, and I get a little bit of pushback, but it definitely leans that way. So we're going to talk about the entirety. There will be spoilers. There will not be a whole lot of great editing here. I apologize ahead of time. I don't have anything necessarily scripted out. I just want to talk about the show. Now, we need to talk about, of course, the characters. If you've seen this show, you know a lot of these characters are, coming back. And we actually have one from the first season, or second, I apologize. Stormfront, the Nazi, come back, who still has her few followers, the Storm Chaser, and we actually see her death because she realizes that Homelander wants nothing to do with her on his birthday, and it's kind of amazing. It kind of takes this play from All-Star Superman by Grant Morrison, where we see Superman with a young girl who is about to commit suicide, and he just stays there because, sometimes that's more powerful, just being there than being Superman. And it plays off of that a little bit, and then, we see Homelander actually kill this girl. It's kind of amazing, I'm not gonna lie. So some of the other things they poke fun at that I love is the satire on Zack Snyder's Justice League, right? They do the Dawn of the Seven. They even go as far as to do the Release the Bork cut type satirical. It's great. It's great. I love that this show pokes fun at everything. And I mean everything. Right wing, left wing, center. It doesn't matter. They're going to poke fun at it. Another thing is Tucker Carlson. Very clearly, we have Cameron Coleman, who is supposed to be a Tucker Carlson type. So much so that we see Ashley, who becomes CEO of Vought, actually give him his talking points, right? A lot of everything we see in the mainstream media is scripted, right? Everything we see has talking points, and we actually see a lot of poking fun at that. Another thing I love that they, you poke fun at is rainbow capitalism, meaning they really do a good job of, I guess the best way to put it is Brave Maeve has her own cereal. Brave Maeve is bisexual, but she prefers men, and that's not allowed out there, right? And they also do the commodification of any social justice issues and really dive into it, especially with A-Train, but they're not serious about it, right? It's all performative. And that's really what we see now from the likes of Disney or even Warner Brothers, all of that performative kind of action for LGBTQ communities or really any social justice issues. And they like to, Vought definitely wants to get some of that rainbow money, right? So there was one specific scene I talked about on stream, and that was the sneeze. We got to talk about the sneeze. We have to talk about the sneeze, but we can't talk about the sneeze. Now, if you've seen the first episode of this, you know exactly what I mean. The man literally goes full Ant-Man, shrinks into his partner's dick, and sneezes on accident and blows him apart. I don't think I'm ever going to be the same after that. I'm pretty sure I'll never be the same after that. I don't think I'll ever look at sneezing the same after that. My goodness, The Boys packs a lot of punches, but it's, again, so worth it. Now, they also kind of poke fun at reality TV, right? We have this American Hero show that's very clearly scripted. We see Starlight being the host of this, and it ends up being that Supersonic wins, but it's all performative. Now, one thing I really am starting to be interested is Maeve and Butcher's relationship. I want to see how far that goes. We know that they did hook up plenty of time in the comics and even in, I think, the fourth episode or third episode. But another thing with Butcher, I think they're definitely going to do is go down the addiction arc, right? We see him kill Gunpowder. He gets V, and he's able to kill Gunpowder and go after Soldier Boy. And I do think they're going to do this whole addiction and redemption arc with him. And I think that's really good. I think another really good scene we saw within this was a Black Noir origin. Now, Black Noir is changed quite a bit from the comics. In the comics, he was just a clone of the Homelander. But in this, he is his own character. But we actually see Stan Edgar tell him he needs to keep his mask on because he's black. And he doesn't want to anymore. And then, of course, a little bit later, he gets blown up. And we actually see him want to keep that on. But again, diving into those social justice issues, and it was a flashback. So this whole issue was, you are black, you need to be covered up. And it's pretty fucked up. I also want to see Kamiko get her voice. I love Frenchie and the female, and I love Kamiko. We've seen her kind of daydream, even to the point of having a bit of a musical number. So I do think we're going to see more from Kamiko and Frenchie. They've had their first kiss, all of that fun stuff. More importantly, she is now powerless. We have found out that this great weapon known as Soldier Boy can take powers away from Soups. And I do think that will be the answer, because the big villain in season 3 is, of course, going to be the Homelander. A lot of people thought it was going to be Soldier Boy. No, it's the Homelander. And I think the taking away of powers is going to be the key to everything. Now, I also think when it comes to the child, Ryan, I do think that he could take on his father eventually, but of course he is too young at this point. So we need to talk about Victoria Newman. That was a great slow burn, trying to find out who was able to pop people's heads like zits. And it ended up being her. Found out that she is Stan Edgar's daughter, kind of, sort of. This whole Red River thing seems like it is probably some sort of breeding ground for super kids. And we also saw it in the Diabolical hinted at, right? So I am curious to see what they do more with Victoria Newman. It does seem like I can respect her underlying ambition, and basically her drive is her daughter. So much so that we see Victoria actually shoot up her daughter with Compound V. So I can respect that, even though she's a little crazy and I don't trust her. I just think that she's trying to do everything for her daughter. So another character I want to make sure I talk about is A-Train. This is going to be one that is a little more controversial. Even so much so, I had people asking about it in a live stream. We see A-Train struggle with his identity. He can't run as fast. He could possibly die from a heart attack the instant he goes over. So now he is getting back to his roots. So much so we see his brother come back for this whole season. Now, there is an issue within his community, and that is people like Blue Hawk overly going to his area and actually more targeting, is the best words, black individuals. And now he's sick of it. And now he's absolutely sick of it. And we get this whole lame ass apology. And I did share this on my TikTok. I really like this scene, but a lot of people didn't like the stereotypes. And here's what I'm going to say to that. Those stereotypes are what we see from a lot of the right-wing media. We see this over and over again. This whole perpetuation and damnation of black communities. Well, this is where the criminals are. Well, this is that. This was so on point. I absolutely enjoyed it. And of course, once this comes out, even more downvotes. And I get it. You don't like it? It's political? Oh, honey, have you seen season 1 and season 2? This whole show is political. It is a political satire. I'm not sure where that comes from. So another struggle that I want to mention before I go is Huey's struggle. Now, Huey's struggle is a little different because he was a lot more badass in the comic books, but his struggle here is emasculation. His lady, Starlight, is obviously a Soup, a lot more stronger than him. So he's struggling with this identity of wanting to be able to save her, not realizing that all she actually needs from him is him. That's it. And I really like that line in the last, fourth episode, where she says, I don't need you to save me. I just need you. And I thought that was really good, a really good turning point for Huey to realize that it's not emasculation, it's a team project, right? They're in it together. And he is, he's got to, I think they're setting up for something more along the lines of either him sacrificing himself or her, because there's a lot of give and take there. And his idea of emasculation, so much so that he's actually taking Compound V, is pretty bad. So I think they're going to go for that whole, I kind of give up my life for yours type thing. I also love the legend who was originally based off of Stan Lee, but, and this is a little bit different, great character, and the Seth Rogen, oh my God, the Seth Rogen cameo with Crimson Countess, so good. So good. And he's an executive producer on this, so it made a lot of sense. But the fact that his name was Sir Comes-a-Lot just makes it even better. Anyways, so we'll talk about this, of course, when the last couple episodes come out. But let me know what you guys think so far of The Boys. I love it. It's so damn good. I will see you guys in the next one.